Mulberry. My company is Northern Star Consulting, and I live in the Denver metro area. I've been a certified ReWilder for about 3 years, maybe slightly more. And the two things that attracted me to it were the people from the ReWild group and the methodology. The methodology itself is unique. First of all, it gathers a significant amount of information before it offers any type of solution. It's diagnostic, it's also prescriptive, and it's predictive. It tells you what kind of things you're going through now, what kind of problems you're having, and then how to solve those problems. And then it shows you what kind of problems you're going to run into as you continue to grow and move through the stages of growth. Sure. I have a commercial app development company, and it has about 70 people in it. There's about 30 people that are over in India, but has a lot of people here. And unfortunately, the organizational chart is very flat. Virtually everybody reports directly to the CEO, and she's experiencing anxiety and burnout. And so we went through the organized the work sessions, came up with a functional org chart that was far more productive for her and helped her delegate quite a little bit. And then the position role sheets made it much more clear who was wearing what hats and why they were wearing those hats and whether it was correct or not. So that's that part. We're not finished with the whole engagement, but it's really working out quite well. The ReWild business assessment really helped me understand where the issues were within her, what we call a human ecosystem. And so that was a big deciding factor. And then sitting down with her and talking about what were the things on her mind that she felt were her biggest issues. And we organized the consulting engagement accordingly. But quite frankly, we've only done about 5 sessions, and we've already mixed up the agenda twice. So I like that flexibility. I like being able to work on the things that are most important to them now, instead of having to wait just because it's on the agenda differently. Sometimes pretty quickly, a lot of what we do is in the critical thinking area, and just having them go through the exercises and work on some of the issues that they're facing now and looking at it in a different way, the light comes on fairly quickly. Some of the things that are more structural and functional tend to take a little bit longer. But again, we work on the critical thinking and the cause and effect of things. And so it becomes pretty clear relatively quickly. Now the fixes take a little longer, but the impact happens fairly quickly. I have done a lot of this kind of thing on my own, and without a solid methodology behind you, it's much more difficult. It's harder to get to the core issues, because the people, they're hesitant to admit that they're making mistakes and they're not doing things well. With the ReWild business assessment, you see those things and you can present it to them in a way that makes sense but doesn't hurt their feelings. But from a psychological standpoint, you want an owner that understands that they need help and are willing to accept criticism and are seeking growth personally as well as professionally. And unfortunately, there's a fair number of business owners that don't have that outlook, and it's tougher to work with them, and in many cases you just don't. Oh, that's pretty easy. When this happened about 3 weeks ago, when I had the business owner, after we got done with one of the sessions, looked at me and said, "Lee, you're saving me and you're saving my business." That was pretty special. The main feedback has been that they really appreciated being able to diagnose the issues they're currently having, and then being able to look forward using the stages of growth methodology and matrix, and seeing what kind of problems they're going to run into as they go forward. And the fact that we have been able to identify the issues accurately for them gives them confidence that we know that what we've put on there is what's going to happen. And if they don't take care of it, It's not going to go away. Again, it has given me a structure, something I can go in and say, here's what we're going to cover. And we've got some flexibility, but these are the issues. Tell me in what order you want to do it. And here's the outcome. Here's what you're going to get from it. Rather than just saying, hey, I'm really smart and I've been through this, trust me. So again, being able to rely on that methodology and that structure is really key to that, to my success with it. Being a ReWilder has been wonderful for my business and for me mentally. Again, I keep saying it, but being able to rely on the structure and the methodology gives me a lot of confidence when I sit down in front of somebody and am able to tell them, for this money, here's what you're going to get out of it. And that's what they really want. They don't want to know what you're going to do nearly as much as they want to know what they're going to get from it. So I would recommend it highly.